Renato Moicano versus Rafael Fiziev takes place this weekend on the main card of UFC 256, Figueiredo versus Moreno in the feature fight of the card, which means all eyes are going to be on them, and the winner of the fight this weekend is going to be in a very good position in that lightweight division. And I believe the winner of the fight is going to be one fight away. If they win that fight, then they'll be looking towards those rankings to jump up the division, and that's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. There's big stakes on the line. Can Renato Moicano reinvent himself in the lightweight division, and can we have a newcomer in Rafael Fiziev, a young, dangerous striker, emerge up those rankings and add himself to the already stacked lightweight division's rankings? But still, Renato Moicano, of course, a newcomer to the lightweight division. We've got to talk about that. He used to be at featherweight, got TKO'd against Jose Aldo. No shame there. It's Jose Aldo. You know what I mean? Got TKO'd against the Korean Zombie. No shame there. It's the Korean Zombie, but getting TKO'd twice in a row, even if it is against really good competition, when you had never been TKO'd in your career before, begs the question to Renato Moicano, am I cutting too much weight? Should I be in the lightweight division? I'm 5'11". I'm basically the tallest featherweight around. I should maybe move up to the lightweight division, and that's exactly what he did earlier this year. Took on Damir Hadzovic. Not the best welcome party to Renato Moicano's lightweight debut, I'll be honest with you guys, but still, he took on Damir Hadzovic, and to be fair, he made Damir Hadzovic look like Damir Hadzovic, a not very decent fighter, and he took him down, submitted him in the first round like it was absolutely no problem to him whatsoever. So well done, Renato Moicano. On the other side of things, early last year, Rafael Fiziev was in a really bad situation, got spinning back kick KO'd by Magomed Mustafayev, and again, Magomed Mustafayev, I can think of many other opponents I would rather make my debut against if I was a lightweight than Magomed Mustafayev. I know he lost to Brad Riddell, but that was a really close fight, and we know how good Brad Riddell is, but still, Magomed Mustafayev spinning back kicks him in the face really badly as well. It was highlight reel worthy. It was disgusting. The sound it made as it clashed with Rafael Fiziev's chin was really something, I will tell you. But still, I do want to mention this. He has since rebounded against Alex White, dismantled him, but lost the third round, but always make sure Rafael Fiziev does to win those first two rounds. The same thing against Mark Diakiese, which I thought was going to be a bit of a step up in competition. I didn't think he was going to get the job done against Mark Diakiese, because Diakiese was on a bit of a roll at the time, beating some good guys back to back. I mean, he beat Joe Duffy, chewed up his legs the entire time, and that was in 2019. Then beat Lando Venata, and did pretty much the same thing to him. Looked really good there. I thought he would be able to do good against Fiziev, but Fiziev came out performing. Close second round, but got the job done in the second. Got the first round as well. Took the third round off. I feel like it's starting to be a bit of a trend in Rafael Fiziev's fights. He'll make sure he wins the first two rounds. Then the third round comes around and he'll just stay in the fight and not get 10-8'd, it seems like. And he did the same thing against Alex White, which may backfire against Renato Moicano, because Moicano is a guy who picks up the pace as the fight goes on, and his third round is often his biggest output round. We saw that against Calvin Kattar. I believe he landed like 50-something significant strikes against Calvin Kattar in that third round. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be very close, but I do believe, following the trends of their careers, that Rafael Fiziev is going to get the job done. 29-28, unanimous decision. First two rounds to Fiziev, last round to Moicano. I don't see Rafael Fiziev TKOing Renato Moicano, because he throws a lot of kicks to the legs, a lot of kicks to the body. A lot of guys are very conditioned to take those kind of shots in their career now. I mean, the chin is always the target if you want to switch someone off, but still, Rafael Fiziev's body kicks are just spectacular, and he had a lot of hype coming into his UFC debut against Magomed Mustafayev, which is why he was put up against such good competition, because everyone likes a guy in MMA that leans back away from head kicks. It's one of the most favourite things to watch in MMA, in my opinion. I love watching a guy fade away from head kicks or anything. Anytime a guy leans backwards, it's just the coolest thing, in my opinion. So he had a ton of hype coming in. They put him against Mustafayev. Mustafayev genuinely really fucked him up. And it wasn't just a fluke spinning back kick. I really want to mention this. It wasn't like they were doing nothing and Mustafayev threw a spinning back kick out of nowhere and it landed clean. Magomed Mustafayev in that fight, I've rewatched it since, sets up Fiziev with a spinning wheel kick first that lands behind Fiziev's ear, and the next time he spins, Fiziev goes to block the spinning wheel kick, and Magomed Mustafayev turns it into a spinning back kick, straight down the center, heel straight to the jaw, tricks Fiziev by blocking the wheel kick, not expecting the back kick straight forward towards him, gets TKO'd quite badly, but Fiziev bounces back, takes some time off, looking good recently. I just feel like this is a dangerous one, because his third round, he really does take it off quite a bit, and I don't know if he's gassing out. I don't want to assume that he's gassing out. But it does seem as though once he knows he's got the first 2 rounds, there's like an adrenaline dump, and he's just like, okay, I'm now just going to survive and stay in this fight in the third. He did it against his last opponent in Alex White before the Mark Jacasey bout as well. That was the same story. Lost the third round, but won the first 2. But then again, I do want to mention this. Renato Moicano, if this isn't a stand-up only match, can take this to the ground and use that jiu-jitsu. But what I will say is this. Rafael Fiziev has 100% takedown defense, and people have tried to take him down. Jacasey tried to take him down, couldn't do it. In fact, Fiziev took down Jacasey, which is just showing that Fiziev is willing to learn in the grappling exchanges, isn't just going to be this striker that sticks to striking and only striking. He shot takedowns on Jacasey and got them. And against Alex White, the entire story of that fight was Fiziev outstriking him in those first 2 rounds, and Alex White trying to get the takedown non-stop. He tried 11 times to get Fiziev to the mat and couldn't do it. Now, is Alex White the same level of grappler as Renato Moicano? No. But if some guy's trying 11 times on you and he can't get you, I'd imagine that Moicano's going to have to try it maybe 5 times to get the takedown on you. Who knows? But Fiziev's got really good get-ups, really good takedown defense. He's ridiculously strong for the division. He's a physical freak, let's be real. Big old head on him as well. I think it's going to be hard for Moicano to finish him. There could be a submission. I don't see it happening. I see Rafael Fiziev winning this one 29-28. That body kick of Rafael Fiziev, the body kick, man. I've never seen body kick like this. The sound that it was making on Moicano's... Not on Moicano, sorry. The sound it was making on Jacasey's body was just... It should have been illegal, hitting him with that kind of power. It was stinging shots over and over and over again. Then he would do some cool fade-away movements to get out of the way of Jacasey's shots. I mean, it was an amazing fight. I highly recommend going back and watching it because Jacasey stayed in there. He's no slouch himself. He stayed in there and gave it back in that third round. But Fiziev... very dangerous, and I also believe that the body kick is going to be money for him here because Renato Moicano, a much taller guy, which naturally opens up that body. He's got a very long torso as well, and he keeps his hands very glued to his face. He's kind of a boxer that learned leg kicks. Like, I know Renato Moicano can kickbox, I'm sure, but he's does a lot of work with his hands and then chucks in a leg kick here and there if he feels like it's working for him. He did that against Calvin Kattar as well, but... majority of the time, those elbows are up real high and it opens up that fat gap on the torso that I think Fiziev's going to find a home for with those switch kicks to the body, slowing down Renato Moicano. And one thing about Fiziev's game that I like is that he works around his own problems. Okay? Let me explain that to you. He slows down in the third round. So what does he do for the first 2 rounds? Chews up his opponent's body so they don't have the cardio to go after him in the third round the way they should do once he's starting to slow down a little bit, which is what I really like about him. It's risky to throw that many body kicks against a guy like Renato Moicano, but we've seen guys try and catch his kicks before. He's very well balanced. I like Fiziev's takedown defense. Renato Moicano might go out there, take him down, and just show him levels in grappling. That's the only chance he has to win. I just don't see him dominating Rafael Fiziev on the ground, because I've seen Renato Moicano try and take down other guys and dominate them in the grappling, and it doesn't work so well for him. So Damir Hadzovic is one level of opponent. I believe that Rafael Fiziev is a different level of opponent coming into this one. He's got good hands as well, but I think the real story of this fight is going to be the kicks. Renato Moicano, as I said, has got good leg kicks. We'll see if he tries to go kick for kick with Fiziev. That would be crazy to see. I'd wonder who would get the better of that. I'd imagine it would be Fiziev because they seem just way more powerful. I do believe, though, that Damir Hadzovic is not really a good win to tell me that you're going to beat Rafael Fiziev. Like, Damir Hadzovic is one level of opponent. I understand why they gave Renato Moicano the fight. He's still a prospect. He has some hype behind him still, moving into the lightweight division. Hadzovic hadn't really beaten anyone. Paulo Reyes, Nick Hein, Marcin Held at 22-6. Like, he'd lost to Alan Patrick, Maybek Taisumov, Christos Giagos the fight before that one. So it was just a little bit weird that they gave him to Renato Moicano as the big test at 155 to see if he can hang. I didn't really understand it, but the winner of this fight is going to be in a really good position. We've got Rafael Fiziev, according to Ranking MMA, ranked at number 34 in the lightweight division. He has taken a jump up against, according to Ranking MMA, number 17 in the lightweight division. Renato Moicano, obviously, because he was ranked in the top 10 at featherweight, so his ranking isn't going to diminish that much by moving over, but still, I don't think the winner of this one is going to get ranked. I think the winner of this one is looking at opponents like Leonardo Santos for no reason. If Leonardo Santos is going to come back ever again, he's 7-0 at lightweight. I can't believe that Leonardo Santos is not coming back, but still, guys like Grappling, but I feel like he's going to want a little bit more of a quicker turnaround. So what I feel would be a good matchup for the winner of Moicano versus Fiziev would be Thiago Moises. Doesn't like to stay too active, a very young guy, fights about every 6 months, fought earlier this year, also fought Bobby Green only recently as well, got robbed, well, didn't get robbed, got gifted a decision. Bobby Green got robbed in that fight. Thiago Moises, technically coming off a win, in the top 25, he's actually at number 26 in the lightweight division according to Ranking MMA, but he's 3-2 on a 2-fight win streak, beat Michael Johnson, beat Bobby Green. I think the winner of this fight should take on Thiago Moises, and the winner of that one will be in a good position to start staking their claim against some of those ranked contenders in the lightweight division. I could even see them doing something along the lines of this: Alexander Hernandez versus Guram Kutateledze. Rafael Fiziev versus Moicano winner take on Thiago Moises. Winners of all of those take on each other. At the end, we might get Alexander Hernandez versus Moicano, Moises, Kutateledze versus Moicano, Moises, and whoever wins that one will get their position at number 15, in my opinion. We'll see how things go. But this is a very dangerous division to be in, so I don't like making these predictions, but I think a very safe bet, in my opinion, is Rafael Fiziev, 29-28, first 2 rounds to him, last round to Moicano, and because of the body kicks that Fiziev lands, I don't think Moicano is going to have the same energy that he's going to... I don't think he's going to have the same energy to go out there in the 3rd round after eating so many shots to the body to really put a statement on Fiziev in his only round that he has a chance in my opinion. I don't see Moicano doing well on the feet in the 1st or the 2nd, maybe a bit better in the 2nd. It couldn't get close because, listen, although Fiziev lands, I just spat everywhere, by the way. Although Fiziev lands the bigger shots, it was even on strikes against Shikazi in the 2nd round. He landed all of the bigger shots, don't get me wrong, and won that round for sure. And he knew he did. And he's very aware of the numbers, I feel like, in his game. When I watch him fight, you can see that he's kind of counting to himself. He doesn't exert himself unless he needs to keep ahead or get ahead of someone. Very high fight IQ. We'll see how it goes for him here. I think he'll beat Renato Moicano. But Moicano, listen, this is a real close fight. Moicano is no slouch, but he has been hurt to the body before. Of course, in the Jose Aldo bout, he got TKO'd standing up, but that started with body shots from Aldo. Could that be the weight cut down to featherweight that's affecting him taking shots to the body? Who knows? Could he have a bit of a weak torso in general? Kind of looks like it. I think Fiziev's going to hurt him with a couple body shots, tee him up the first 2 rounds, then the 3rd round, things could get a bit iffy. But I'm looking forward to it. Rafael Fiziev is a real contender in the division. I'm kind of rooting for Rafael Fiziev as well here. Shorter guy by far. Doesn't have too much of a reach disadvantage either. Only half an inch under Renato Moicano. I mean, Renato Moicano's a big guy, and he has very short arms, which is why his elbows are tucked up so high, which opens up that body kick again. 27 years of age for Fiziev, going to be evolving a little bit more rapidly than Moicano in my opinion. ATT versus Tiger Muay Thai. I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am. Thank you for watching the video. Fiziev 29-28. Click that button up there. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Toodle pip. Yeah.